What made goTenna enticing for ONE9 was I intuitively got it.
This is a goTenna. It is a ultra lightweight mesh radio that allows you to stand up a communications network in absence of cellular or satellite or other connectivity. I'm Ari Schuler, the CEO of goTenna.
We see so much technology now where there's fancy buzzwords and it's catchy tech, and when there's something that's tangible and tactile and tactical, and I knew that from my military service there was a gap, it just makes it easy.
goTenna is really cool because you don't need infrastructure, right? You can just roll out with your search and rescue team. You can roll out with your special forces group, and you can instantly have those comms.
There's one button on the radio. If you're efficient with using your mapping application, if you know how to send text messages, you're already set up.
It pairs to your cell phone and then allows you to keep track of your team, move mission critical data anywhere on the planet.
And a radio this size, getting 8 hours of battery life and having confirmed encrypted communications for over 164 miles when we place these things in the right location is an absolute dream.
And we're really excited to be working with ONE9 because Canada is a really compelling market and really interesting problem set because of the vastness and austereness of the Arctic environment.
Canada is a large geographic space. We have vast amounts of our country that are not blanketed with GPS or SATCOM, and I see the ability to stand up a robust, reliable, dependable, agile mesh network with literally the push of a button to be a huge value proposition for use cases specific to Canada. And so goTenna came up to do a tech demonstration of the kit.
So what we did, just as a quick and dirty demo, is we showed how we would build a network in a city like Ottawa.
We deployed a mesh network blanketing Ottawa, about 380 square kilometers.
Ottawa is, of course, standard urban environment. You've got a lot of electromagnetic interference, and you could want a network here for any number of different reasons. It could be post-disaster response, counterintelligence, moving a VIP through if you were a foreign dignitary. And so what we did is we, ahead of time, surveyed the area. We found out where we would need gear in place to create this pervasive network. And we were able to, with about 3 different goTenna nodes, build a over 300 square kilometer network.
We set that up in about 45 minutes. And then we had all the agencies that would have an interest or have a void filled by a goTenna mesh network.
This was just showing a bit of what we can do in an urban environment, but you could do the same thing in the middle of the Arctic. You could do the same thing in a heavily forested area. And what you're doing is you're enabling military, law enforcement, and public safety to use these networks to conduct their operations more safely and effectively. So when you're building a company like goTenna, you want, of course, investors, but you want investors who make a difference.
We're the only focused Canadian dual-use fund who has access and understanding from an end-user perspective.
Anyone can write a check, but not every investor brings subject matter expertise, brings partnerships, brings channels.
We find ourselves very humbly being invited into investment deals with amazing American companies like goTenna. And so what we're able to do from a strategic perspective is, take a fast-growing American tech company and give them an opportunity for almost immediate international expansion north of the border.
So ONE9 is the only Canadian and foreign investor on the cap table. This is a really great opportunity and partnership for us because it's not just about the capital that you're bringing in, but also the relationships and understanding of the Canadian market and the needs that are well aligned with the US defense and national security markets as well.
While the Canadian market is not huge compared to the US market, when we have access to sort of a majority of the pain points and use cases in that market, ONE9 has a great track record of returning revenue from a Canadian use case perspective to our American portfolio companies.
It's very clear with the threats we face today. We need more innovation, we need more disruption, we need more capabilities for frontline operators everywhere.
One of the things I'm most excited about is bringing that capability to our international partners as well. So knowing of the strong collaboration that we already have between the United States and Canada across multiple fronts and missions, including along the border.
There's a lot of great funds that are looking at defense, working with defense, but you get so much expertise at ONE9, led by an operator, operators on staff, understand the market, have done the mission. And so we're really excited to be partnering with a nation that's a trusted ally, with investors who believe in the mission the way we do, and who can give us access to some amazing customers who are doing some really hard things in really hard places.